go, if I might. There you are. I want to start by thanking you for the support that your team at the White House Gender Policy Council provided to the successful reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act. And I believe the law has made really important advances in protecting survivors of domestic violence. And the next director is going to face the task of successfully implementing the new provisions provided in the most recent reauthorization of VAWA. What do you believe will be the biggest challenges in implementing the new law? And how will you work to address those challenges to ensure that the law is implemented both quickly and effectively?
Thank you, Senator Feinstein, for that question, and also much gratitude to the Senate Judiciary Committee for the leadership of all the members of this committee in securing this bipartisan reauthorization of VAWA that not only renewed it, but strengthened it. And thank you, Senator, for that question, because if I'm confirmed, it will be an honor to have an opportunity to work with the excellent staff at the Office on Violence Against Women and with Department of Justice, other components as well, to advance the implementation of VAWA and to ensure that we are providing the level of quality services and support for all survivors to make sure that they can access safety and to be able to access justice and healing. And I think one of the challenges is really making sure that we're meeting the unique needs of survivors. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, and that's the excellent aspect of VAWA, that it recognizes how important it is to support a full range of programs in all 56 states and territories and tribal communities, and making sure that we're reaching the needs also of those from underserved communities, and continuing to also strengthen the coordinated community response, which is such a critical hallmark, and call in as many different community partners into strengthening that approach.
Got a big job ahead of you, I think.
Thank you,
Mr. Pitts, if you're confirmed, you're going to fill a seat that's been designated as a judicial emergency. According to federal statistics, the current number of weighted filings per judgeship in the Northern District of California is 816. That's one of the highest in the country. So this means that you're going to be facing very heavy caseloads your first day on the job. So it's important that you hit the job running and quickly pick up and manage a wide range of caseloads. How would you handle that?
Thank you for the question, Senator. If I'm so fortunate as to
Could you raise the mic a little?
Sorry, I apologize. Thank you for the question, Senator. If I'm so fortunate as to be confirmed, I will use the same approach that I've had to use throughout my litigation practice over the more than a decade that I've been a litigator and litigating more than 160 complex civil cases. I've frequently had to encounter new areas of the law, new forums, and quickly come up to speed on those areas and master the area of the law. So I would look to the rules, the relevant rules, the statutes, any constitutional provisions, any precedents, and I would also look to whatever resources are available to me, whether the Federal Judicial Center has resources available on the topic. And in particular, I would look to the other members of the Northern District of California. It is a particularly collegial and experienced and wonderful court right now, and I would look to them for assistance and guidance, from even before I accept my first case on the court.
Well, the number of weighted filings per judgeship in the Northern District of California is 816, and it's one of the highest in the country. So it's a big job to consider, and I hope you would really think of how you would handle that precisely.
And I have done so, Senator, thank you. And I look forward to taking on that challenge.
Okay. Where's Mr. Shopler? Right there. Okay. You've served as a federal magistrate judge in the Southern District of California since 2016. You've also served as a volunteer judge pro tem for the Small Claims Court in San Diego Superior Court. And so you have experience presiding over a wide variety of both civil and criminal matters. What lessons have you learned from your past service as this kind of judge? And how would that experience shape your approach for judicial service if you're confirmed to the federal bench?
Thank you, Senator. And to be clear, my service as a judge pro tem was the 5 years prior to becoming a U.S. magistrate judge. Yes, for the last 11 years, I've handled a variety of cases. I would echo comments that my co-nominee, Mr. Subramaniam, made that it's important to treat every case as though that is the most important case in the world, because that's the way that the litigants themselves will treat it. And if I were fortunate enough to be confirmed to continue serving my country in a new capacity as a U.S. district judge, I would intend on continuing that practice.
Well, that doesn't tell me how you would handle them. How would you handle the number?
As far as the numbers of cases in the Southern District of California, I would treat it the way I have throughout my career. As a magistrate judge, we're dealing with that same caseload, but different parts of the cases. And my staff and I work through every case in an organized fashion to make sure we're handling the caseload. And I've done that throughout my career, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Feinstein. Senator Kennedy?